Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Richard L. Evans Field in Winter Park, Florida, Lake Howell High School. My name is Matt Clark, and I'm here with my co-host, Josh Gant, and we're here for a great game tonight between the Lake Howell Silverhawks and the Tohopekaliga Tigers. So, Josh, it's been a minute. Tell us, how does it feel to be back?
Feels great, man. The atmosphere is great. You know, it's always a great time coming in and see a football game, and it's going to be a treat tonight. We're going to get the Tigers going against the Hawks, two great teams on what should be a show tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about the Silverhawks defense. What's new for them this year compared to last year?
What was new for them is defensive coordinator Kawika Mitchell, former Super Bowl champion with the New York Giants, and this year it's a new team. Austin Acker playing safety. He's been having a great year so far. He's been one of their star players on defense, and so is Chase Redmond. Big boy number 99, getting sacks and tackles for loss.
Thank you so much, Josh. Now let's send it down to our sideline reporter, V. V, take it away.
Silverhawks. I'm the sideline reporter for tonight's game. It is Lake Howell Silverhawks against the Toho Tigers. I did interview Coach Lowe before this recording, and I asked him what is he going to do against the other Toho team defense, because it turns out they're pretty good. He said that they're going to stick to their game plan, they're going to be really disciplined, and that they're going to try to trap them, and just that they have a good game plan against him. I also asked if he had any injuries that they should let us know about, and he said, yeah, we're hurt. I hope that the rest of the game goes good. It seems like a pretty good layout, and I wish you guys a good live stream and a good...
What do you think about Dylan this year?
I think he's a great running back. I think he's one of the best players for the Silverhawks. And one thing that makes him so special is that he's just a dynamic football player. He can break tackles, he's speedy, and he's very, very smart. He's one of those players that you can never keep your eyes off on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Dylan has been an explosive playmaker as a returner and as a running back this year. Really just a big difference maker, a spark plug for this team. Now, in terms of this defensive side, who else is some key players?
Well, here for the Lake Howell defense, I'm really interested to see how everybody performs tonight. It's always a new task every game, and against these Tigers, I'm interested to see how can this defense communicate. When I watched the film on quarterback number 8, Sabby Messick, he was always able to dissect the defense. The Hawks could play cover 2, cover 3, man coverage, but if they're not careful about communicating about who's got who, it could be a long night for this defense. So I'm really interested to see how can this team communicate with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we've seen some different guys come in at quarterback for the Silverhawks team, like Luke Barhurst. Who do you think is going to start tonight, real quick?
Oh, I'm very confident it's going to be Luke Barhorst getting the helm. He started many quarterbacks for this team. And in an interview I believe you've done with Coach Lorenzano, he's the guy that you trust the most at the quarterback spot.
High School for tonight's 2023 Heroes Bowl. Tonight's contest between Lake Howell and Tohopekaliga is sponsored by Action Church. We'd like to welcome all our heroes tonight, so please stand up and cheer for our veterans and first responders in attendance this evening. We ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and face the flag as our Silver Regiment plays the Star-Spangled Banner.
Markade.
I can hear you. Yeah, I copy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Star-Spangled Banner. As we kick off tonight's bowl game, how do you feel, Josh? This is a big game for Lake Howell. They have not made a bowl game in how long?
It's been over 20 years, Matthew, since this team has even competed for a bowl game. Lake Howell's got a lot to prove, but for me, it's a lot to prove for Coach Lorenzano. He had a great season last year, 6-4. Did it again this year, 6-4, and I'm loving the future with this team. It's a young team, like we were saying earlier in the program, but if Coach Lorenzano could win this bowl game, to me, it could cement him a new contract extension here for Lake Howell.
Yeah, maybe it can. Sometimes, some teams you see professionally, they try to bring in new head coaches, change the culture of the team. You saw that with Detroit, bringing guys like Dan Campbell. You see that with New York, bringing in guys like Brian Dable. You think that's kind of like what he's doing here, but it's just at the high school level?
Oh, no doubt about that. And, really, if you're brought into a new position, you want to succeed, and you don't want to become like head coaches in the NFL like Matt Eberflus. You want to be successful and do what you can every game to make sure your team gives the best.
The Lake Howell Silverhawks taking the field. Right there. You can see number 33, Malik Wilkerson, with the American flag. Number 15, Luke Barhorse, with the Silverhawks flag. And they will be playing for those two flags tonight.
Such a touching tribute that is, not only for the school, but for the country.
Yes, absolutely. And here is the Tohopekaliga Tigers taking the field. You cannot see them on your screen, but they are approaching their own sideline. There they are right there. The orange Clemson jerseys, Clemson colored.
You think maybe they stole them from Clemson?
They're allowed to do it, so probably not. Maybe, though. Probably inspired by Clemson, wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised. There's the Silverhawk Jam right here.
It's
not
funny.
too many students in attendance right now, which I'm surprised. It is a Wednesday night.
Yeah, that was something I was actually interested in seeing too. Before coming to the game, I realized it's a Wednesday night, and yes, despite it being a playoff game or a bowl game, however you want to say it, the crowd factor is not going to be what it used to be on Friday nights, and I think that could be an effect for this Lake Howell team. Because normally we see every Friday, Matthew, this Lake Howell team feast off the crowd energy.
Toho set to receive.
And here we are. We are underway as Calder kicks it off to be returned there by number 5, Julian Nasco. Nasco has room to run. Nasco cuts back. Nasco with even more room, breaks a tackle. He's going. He's past the 40, 45. And Nasco gets all the way to almost the 50-yard line before being taken down.
Better buckle up. This is going to be something you're going to have to get used to seeing, folks. Julian Nasco, physical, has a lot of speed, and no doubt showing you why on the first play he is one of their best players for the Tigers.
Silverhawks have a pretty good return team themselves. with Dylan Edwards
So
and
the
Malik
return to the
Wilkerson, who are
46-yard
usually
line.
returning kicks and punts.
First down.
But now we will have the Tigers offense lining up at the 45-yard line.
And let me tell you something too, Matt. Keep an eye out for number 5, Julian Nasco. Big return.
Let's give it up for
You're going
the
to typically
Silverhawks
see him a
defense.
lot in the slot position here. And there you see first play. He's getting ready.
There's a drop back, looking sideline overthrown. That was Nasco right there, the intended receiver.
Pass incomplete, intended for number 5, Julian Nasco. Second down.
Sabi Miasic running quarterback for this Tigers offense. Quick pass, that one is caught as Fasco trips up.
Pass
Nasco,
complete to
excuse
number
me.
5. It looks like stopped in the backfield. That'll bring up third down.
And no surprise there. Already 2 passing plays already from the Tigers, going back to what has been their main success. But like I said in the pregame, Matt, if you really want to see this team start to run the football, you can set up your quarterback in great positions when you're putting the ball on the ground.
There's the snap. He's got an open man that is tipped. Went right through the hands
incomplete,
of,
intended
once
for
again,
number
Julian
5. That'll bring
Nasco.
up fourth
Now,
down.
that's a 3 and out on the very first drive, 4th and 10, as the special teams does not appear. There they go. Now they're headed onto the field. But, yeah, 3 times they targeted Nasco, and only
Number
once was
3,
it complete,
Dylan
but he
Edwards
got
back to
tripped up for
return.
no gain.
And despite it being a 3 and out, this is a big stop for the Lake Howell defense. This Tiger offense, like we've been saying, Matthew, one of the best in Florida. Sabi Mesek throwing 6 touchdowns in one game, and then the next week throwing 7. This guy and this offense, it's a lot to handle.
Yeah, it is. The kick is off.
Big
Oh, I think it was a fake.
Defense.
Fake.
That'll be a turnover on downs.
Big stop right there for the Silverhawks. The turnover on downs. Changing momentum here, taking over at the 50.
Number 6.
You know, I don't
Daniel
think they
Wilson with
want
the
to
stop.
get a return to Edwards because he's explosive, man.
I mean, yeah, you can pick your poison there. I mean, no surprise seeing a fake. Really, in high school sports, you're going to typically see teams go for it on 4th and long, or maybe
First down,
call out a
Silverhawks.
fake, something you really wouldn't see in college or the NFL. But, yeah, it's also a good choice not to punt to Edwards because he did have a touchdown this year on the punt return game.
As here is the Silverhawks offense taking the field. Barhurst lining up. That is number 1, Salvatore Scaglione in motion, who's able to get a yard or 2 off of the jet sweep.
Toss to number 1, Salvatore Scaglione. That's good for
Scaglione
about 2
right there,
yards,
an
bring up
explosive
second down and 8.
playmaker. He has been one of the key contributors in this offense this year, along with Barhorst, Johnson, Edwards, and Wilkerson.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Scaglione, 3 touchdowns on the year, and he's a fast guy. We've been seeing him a lot used in the pre-snap motion for Coach Lorenzano's offense, and he's returned a few rushing touchdowns whenever they run those type of plays.
Barhorst dropping back. That's another one to Scaglione, who's able to get close to the first down marker. He's going to be about 1 yard short.
And now, folks, let's meet our starting offense here for the Lake Howell
Pass from number
Silverhawks. On
15,
the offensive
Luke
line, you're
Barhorst.
going to see
Complete to
number 72,
1,
J.
Salvatore
Ram Marquez.
Scaglione.
Number
That'll bring up
58,
third
Sean
down and
Bacot,
short.
along with number 50, Ash Bohr. Then you'll see number 51, Joey Magaro, with number 56, Matthew Roman. Quarterback will be Luke Barhorst, number 15. Running backs expected to see will be Dylan Edwards and Malik Wilkerson. And wide receivers, Salvatore Scaglione, along with Deshaun Fevers and Corey Johnson. That's the tight end.
Here we have Johnson motioning out to the right side. Right there is Shamar Morris in motion. Handoff to Edwards. Edwards has the first down, and he has a little bit more. Edwards taken down at the 30-yard line.
Dylan Edwards, that'll bring up another Silverhawk first down.
And no surprise there. You can really expect every play, Matt, that every time Edwards is going to be on the field, the ball's going to go to him, and why not? He's your best playmaker, and why not give him the ball every time he's on the field?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Edwards this year, over 500 yards rushing. One of the better Lake Howell running back seasons in recent memory.
No doubt about that.
As here is the snap. Barhorst lets it go. That is deflected. Intended for number 4, Shamar Morris, but that was number 1, Delvin Pryor, the senior,
Passing complete,
able to
intended
break
for
it up.
number 4, Shamar Morris.
And that was beautiful coverage, too, from
That'll bring
Delvin
up second
Pryor.
down.
Plays wide receiver and defensive back. Has 6 receiving touchdowns this year. But how about that? Playing tight man coverage and timed it perfectly on the pass breakup.
Yeah, good man-to-man coverage right there. Right there is DeCorey Johnson in motion. Johnson had one of the 70-yard touchdown last week. So there's Scaglione in motion as the toss will go to Edwards. It was a little bit behind him, and Edwards is able to find a hole, able to get a couple yards out of that snap as we are now at 3rd
Big
down.
run by number 3, Dylan Edwards. That's good for about 7 yards. Bring up 3rd down and 3.
And that was underrated. You're not going to really see on the highlight tape, but good block from Salvatore Scaglione. I really liked his blocking this season for the Hawks, and he set up a lot of big plays for Edwards to take advantage of because of his blocking down the field. You got to imagine Coach Lorenzano is going to love seeing that in the tape.
Yeah, it's really good when you have receivers who can catch and they can block. It becomes very valuable. It opens up your run game a lot. And, of course, being able to catch opens up your passing game as...
I think we got a timeout here.
Yes, it looks like we have a Tigers timeout. As 3rd and 3, 3rd down. They are in Calder range, but I could tell that they want to get 6 on the board early.
Watch out for maybe a double reverse.
There's Scaglione. They're in motion, and that goes right down up the middle, and Edwards is blown up.
What do you think Coach Lowe is saying right now to his players?
2nd down and 8.
I think Coach Lowe is trying to call some conservative plays. Don't try anything too crazy. This is a team, they're not very familiar with them, as the Tigers have never played a bowl game ever. So I feel like you need to just stay a little bit conservative here in the red zone. Don't try anything crazy. Don't try to do fade option pass. No, I think you just need to get something that can get you 6 points. But running it up the middle with Edwards has seemed to work all year, and that's what they've kept going to. As there's, again, Scaglione in motion. Barhorst hands it off. That's Edwards trying to get the angle on him. Edwards is able to get some positive yardage out of it, and he is short. Edwards talking a little bit right there to number 6. Rashad James, the safety, standing at 6 foot. But that will be 3rd and 3 for the Silverhawks, who are still not in goal line situation yet. Not just yet. As Edwards remains on the field, but also we see Wilkerson now in the game. 2 backs out there. Johnson, it looks like this is going to be a run.
Watch Edwards.
And there it is, misdirection. That's Dylan Edwards, and I don't think he got it. They are able to stop him short of the 1st down.
Hand up to number 3, Dylan Edwards.
As they will bring in Logan Calder for...
Stop short, that'll bring up 4th down.
For a really quick, cheap shot. Wouldn't be surprised, though, if they went for it here. Edwards has returned a couple of these as a holder. Now, risky to do it here on the first drive when you have good field position. Perfect opportunity to get 3. We'll see what Edwards can... If it's just a kick, probably is.
No, I wouldn't expect anything right here. Here you go. Good snap.
Calder right down the middle.
Is good.
Logan Calder, best kicker in the district, is able to put on 3 points.
Tigers 0.
For the Tohopekaliga Tigers here on their home field.
And back to Calder. Yeah, he'll be 2 for 6 now on the season. How about for the young kid, the junior? But I got to say, Matt, though, I didn't like that play call, though, on 3rd down, 3rd and goal. You need 5 yards eyes out for Edwards as well.
Yes, they absolutely have. Nonetheless, though, 3 points. That is a successful first drive when you're able to make your way down the field and get yourself a couple points. That's always good. as Calder will look to kick it off after draining the 3 points. Calder gets it up there. That will be bounced into the end zone, touchback. Surprised that they, looks like they both kind of went away right there from returning it, which is surprising after they got the last return all the way up to the 45.
Hey, maybe Nasco got shaken up a little bit too. I mean, we did see him take a little hard hit on the second play of the game on the offense here for the Tigers.
I mean, what happens in Madden when you force feed your receivers? They get hurt.
That's true.
Same thing in real life. Here's this Tigers offense. Once again, taking the field.
Well, here we go. This should be an interesting drive. Wonder if the coach for the Tigers made any adjustments here. Will they go to the pass or the run?
There we have a handoff. Able to break free. Almost get the first down. He may have gotten it, actually.
And that's running back number 0, Charani Duvall. He's really been their best back this season. Over 100 carries, Matt, and over 700 rushing yards.
Yeah, right there, no huddle, so quick offense right here.
Quick snap by the Tigers, handoff up the middle, good for about 2 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Once again, they want to speed things up. That will be bobbled. Hands looking a little shaky out here early for this Tigers offense. That was punter with the drop.
That'll bring up
yeah, very surprising. You don't really see that from
third down Tigers.
this Tiger wide receivers. That's like the 3rd drop already in the game. And you can't have stuff like that. You can never beat yourself up in games like this. That is how you can easily lose games in any sport.
There's a drop back. That is a screen to number 1, Delvin Pryor. And I think he got the first down. Yes, he did. Once again, this offense picking up some pace.
Tiger first down.
Running a no-huddle offense. As, once again, running it right up the middle.
Run up the middle, stop.
You know, I think what head coach Anthony Paradiso is trying to do is really just get his team in rhythm and really get his quarterback in rhythm. You know, you want to get him some quick passes. You want the offensive line to start feeling good, you know, because that's one thing about Sabby Messick that makes him special is his deep, accurate throws. So waiting to see that here from the Tigers.
Absolutely. Right there, Sabby Messick is able to get it out, and the first down right there for number 15. That's Oliver with the catch.
Yeah, so far, too, we're just seeing from the Tiger offense a lot of curl routes, too, Matt. A lot of 5 to 7 yard routes that his wide receivers are running, and really want to see this Lake Howell defense play a bit more tighter man coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a very, very pass-heavy team this season. Once again, Duval.
Handoff up the middle to number 0, Randy Duval.
You see right here with the no-huddle offense, they're able to keep this defense always on their heels. As right there, again, another first down. This time that was number 5. That time Nasco getting back into the action. But you see they're trying to, you know, get things their way, make sure they get their momentum. As
toss to number 5, that'll bring up another Tiger first down.
High-paced offense going.
They better watch out for Nasco. Can't tell to see who's got him right there. Look like Austin Acker has his responsibility on Nasco. They got the right man. Acker's got some speed.
As there is another screen pass, Nasco is taken down right there by Acker.
Pass to number 5.
And how about the tackle, too, from Acker? That's why we circled him as one of the key players that can help this defense win against this Tiger offense. Loving Acker. He's 6'3", the senior. He's got some muscle to him. But one thing that I like about him is his fundamental tackles.
Once again is Duval.
I think that was a false start. The refs didn't call it.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I think I do see a flag actually on the far left side of the field.
Yeah, right there at the 40-yard line, 35. I do see a marker. It should be a false start. Could have sworn the slot wide receiver jumped a little bit.
Yes, they did. It is a false start. They did catch that.
Illegal shift on the offense. That'll bring the Tigers back.
So that stops the clock after running.
Second down and 12.
No huddle offense that they've been running here in this second offensive drive. awaiting after that illegal shift. This is now 2nd and 12, 2nd and long, as once again another really quick pass out there to number 3, Trey Punter. Again, able to move the ball downfield.
Big hit by number 23.
Another thing, too, I'm realizing from this Tiger wide receivers, they're getting good separation. They may not be going deep down the field, running deep routes, but they're getting enough separation on these curl routes, Matt.
Miasic able to get it out right there to number 0, Duval, this time getting involved in the passing game, and they are able to force a 4th down. So now, are they in field goal range? This would be close to a 40-yarder.
Down in about 4 yards.
No, I don't think this is field goal range. Typically in high school sports, man, you're going to see offenses be aggressive, especially when you have a quarterback who's been offered by the University of Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. He has offers from Florida. He has offers from Marshall. He's been having a terrific season, 36 touchdowns on the season, as he gets number 4 trying to get it. That is Woolard just getting short. It looks like he was going to get it and had the angle, but good job right there, making sure that he does not get the angle, and they are able to force another turnover on downs.
And how about the Hawks defense right there? Fundamentals, pursuing the wide receiver. You saw 3 Lake Howell defenders, 4 Lake Howell defenders swarming up to the man with the ball, and they make a huge tackle to get a turnover on downs, Matt.
Yeah, wow, this has been an interesting game so far, offensively running no huddle, but that illegal shift has kind of taken them back here. And it kind of seemed like it threw off their momentum that they were trying to get. But nonetheless, we have the Silverhawks offense out there on the field, as it looks like Edwards will get the handoff, trying to break free.
Nice run by number 3, Dylan Edwards.
Able to get it, looks like about 4 out of the gain.
That's good for 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Man, this Dylan Edwards kid is really special. I know that was only a 5-yard gain, but one thing about him is that he's only 5'8", 160, and he's running in between the tackles. When you're running in between the tackles, there's a whole bunch of bigger dudes than you trying to just rip your head off. So how about Edwards? Don't just going straight in between the tackles and not fearing any contact.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Barhorst. Edwards able to get the 1st down, this time through the air. Was run after the catch, but still constitutes his passing yards. 25 seconds left in the quarter. As will we see one more play before the half ends?
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, typically in the higher levels of football, they don't really run a play, but let's see what Coach Lorenzano wants to do.
3, 2, 1, and we will get a flag on the play.
Your Silverhawks lead 3 to the Tigers 0.
As this is a 3-0 ball game, excuse me. It's not a bald game. As we do have a little bit of hair on the head of this game, as not 0 heads of hair, but 3 for the Silverhawks. Let's send it down to V, our sideline reporter. V, take it away.
Hi, Silverhawks. This is our final game of the season. Lake Howell Silverhawks are leading with a 3-0. Number 6 actually made it to the 50-yard line, but didn't make it. So it seems like a pretty good game for now. There's a lot of heat building up since it is the last game of the season. So I'm the last face you're going to see before the season ends. I think that this is going to be a really good game. Players are going really hard. And it is 3-0. Thank you.
Oh. Thank you so much, V.
First down, Silverhawks.
Here we are back as there's Johnson in motion. Silverhawks offense with a 1st and 10 to start off the half as there is a pass. That is number 8. Wow. Corey Johnson leads this team in receiving yards, getting another big-time play. First down for the Silverhawks. There was no safety there up top. I was there to help, and Johnson able to take the top off of him.
Yeah, it looks like the front 7 from the Tiger defense was playing the run, and there you see Edwards on the backfield. Hey, I have no problem with that. You want to stop Edwards, but you also got to cover the guys who are running wide open in the middle of the field. And you're right, the Corey Johnson leading the team in receiving yards. Over 500. Can add a little bit more thanks to that catch.
Here's Barhorst. Gets it out to Edwards, who is trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Won't exactly get there.
Stopped in the backfield.
No gain. No gain. That'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Silverhawks offense.
And so far, Lake Howell's looking really strong, which is actually surprising me because a lot of their wins this season, Matt, came against a lot of bad competition. 5 out of 6 of their wins came against teams who were combined 8 and 40 so far this season. But so far, they're holding their own ground, and I'm liking the play calls from the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Morris is in motion, but Edwards gets it. Edwards trying to get the angle. It looks like he's got it, able to get a little bit of yardage right there. As the Silverhawks offense seeing what they can do to get this first down. They got a little bit of yards to go here, as I think they'll have, what, about 6, 5?
Yeah, about 5 to 6 yards here, and so far no surprise as well. Lake Howell, a lot of run-heavy calls so far to begin the game, Matt. As Lake Howell is typically a run football team, they run the ball 60% of the time this season.
As Barhorst will throw on the run, and that is a little bit too high right there for Deshaun Febers.
Barhorst intended for number 18, Deshaun Febres.
Yeah, that was a tough play right there for Barhorst to make. That's an NFL-type throw. I mean, right there, Deshaun Febres, he was covered on the play, but if he put the ball a little bit higher with a little less power, it would have got there, but a really hard throw to make, especially in the high school level.
Yeah, it is, and now it looks like this Silverhawks
I think they're going for it here.
Offense is staying on the field, as this is a 4th and 6.
Hey, keep an eye out for right there, Dylan Edwards. He's hiding right there behind the tight end.
Barhorst gets it intercepted. Or no, it just gets broken up. He is not able to hold on to the interception. Honestly, best case scenario right there for the Tigers is to not get the interception. Just bat it down. Get a little bit of extra yardage right there. And yeah, that was number 10. So Marcus Watkins taking a big hit as he looks a little bit shaken up.
Yeah, questionable decision right there from Barhorst. Nobody was open on the play. Seems like he rushed his decision, too. He had good time in the pocket, and at the end of the play, you can see Coach Lorenzano, he was not happy with the end of the result. And, yeah, as we take a look back, yeah, he had all day to throw, but he made a quick decision, was the wrong read, and it's a turnover on downs for the Tigers.
Here's the fake handoff to Duval, as that pass will be complete. It's number 5, Nasco, once again getting in there for the reception. Nasco, over 1,000 yards receiving this year.
Good for about 9 yards.
Yeah, he's been their best wide receiver. Back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving yards for Nasco. How about the run? Whoa.
Duval has been an explosive runner for them this year.
Snap from the offense will bring up another first down for the Tigers.
And here they go. It looks like the Tigers are running that hurry-up offense we were saying back in the first quarter, Matt.
Yeah, they are. They really want to make sure that they get their own momentum. Lake Howell was able to get 3 on the board first, as there we have a little bit of a deeper pass in the air. That time that was to number 3, Trey Punter.
Tiger first down.
And again, great route running here from this Tiger wide receivers. That was Trey Punter on the reception. 3 receiving touchdowns, over 600 receiving yards this year. As Lake Howell trying to get a substitution. Look at that.
It's still running off the field before the substitution was officially done.
I think it's going to be a flag on the defense.
Yeah, too many men on the field.
And so far, I would say, Matt, that this Tigers hurry-up offense is working. They already caught Lake Howell trying to make a sub, but the rule is you cannot make a substitution, but the refs will not stop unless the offense makes a substitution of their own. As right here, Lake Howell is tired. I could expect a deeper passing play to any of the wide receivers, especially number 5, Julian Nasco.
As that pass across the middle will be broken up.
That pass is incomplete.
That was Acker
That'll bring up second down.
and Burson breaking it up.
And you got to wonder for these fans. I mean, they must have an understanding of what's to come from the Tiger offense. I mean, Julian Nasco, he can go off at any second. He's again being pressed in the slot.
There's the snap. Looking again, short pass. That's, again, we've seen a lot of bobbled catches and drops right here. This time it was Pryor. We saw one from Punter. We saw one from Nasco. This time, yeah, seeing another one.
Uh-oh, it doesn't look like Eddie Almonte is doing any good. He's on a knee. He did come down hard on his head trying to make the pass breakup.
Almonte leading this team in tackles, leading this team in solo tackles and assisted tackles.
It looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. Almonte, like we said, took a hard collision to the ground. The back of his head hitting the turf really hard. Just really hope this man's going to be okay.
This offense will go back onto the field. Or not on the field just yet. That's this defense. It is on the field.
Yeah, we took a look back at that play. Yeah, his head hit the ground really, really hard. Wishing nothing but the best for Eddie Almonte and hope he make a good return. But at the moment, coming in to replace him at the safety spot will be Deshaun Fevers, the wide receiver. Also can play free safety on the depth chart, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. As here we have another drop back, quick pass right there out to Punter. They're running a lot of these comeback routes here, and you know what? It's been working along the sideline. Now, across the middle of the field, they have been struggling, but when it comes to down the sideline throws, outside the numbers, yes, they have. They've been making some good plays. There's another run right there. Duval trying to get some yards. Not able to get too many. Only second down.
And back to the passing plays. Yeah, there's no surprise. When you watch the film, that's typically what they try and do for Savvy Messick. Just throw it quick plays, quick flat routes, and quick curl routes. Let's see if they run the same thing again on this passing play, maybe, potentially.
There is a pass, and he's looking for the end zone. And there will be
there's a flag.
Pass interference, more than likely. It's number 18, Deshaun Fevers, in coverage. And, yeah, he kind of put his hands up because I think he did have his hands on him, but once when you realize the ball's going that way, it's kind of like, oh, man, I got to get away with this.
Yeah, we can see on the screen he did get a hold of Nasco's jersey, causing him to fall down. And Fevers coming in for the injured Eddie Almonte, who is still on the sideline. Got to keep an eye for Nasco here, Matt. This is where he likes to make his money. Slant routes, or it could be a motion and a gift to him on the play.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a handoff. That is number 0 in for the touchdown. Touchdown Tigers. Charande Duval, the senior, standing at 6'1", weighing in at 210 pounds. Powerful running back. He's got a good extra burst in him, and there he's able to get 6.
And congrats to him. That's his 10th touchdown on the season. 3rd on the ground. And how about the drive from the Tiger offense? They were just going down the field, passing, hurry-up offense, and it's been working so far, and it results in 6 points.
So it has there's a special teams unit out there, and they are able to get it up down the middle, and that is now a 7-3 ball game.
Point after is good.
Taylor Domreyes is
Your score, Tigers
kicker,
7,
getting it through the
Silverhawks
uprights.
3.
7-3 ball game, 8:33 left in this first half. As the Silverhawks going back to their sideline a little bit disgruntled, now down in this game. Let's see how resilient this group can be. We've seen them down before this year. We've seen them tied up in games that they should be winning in. And we'll see if this is one of those games where they should be winning. It's just a matter of when will they be back up.
And resilience is the right word. I mean, Matt, you had an interview with Coach Lowe a couple months ago, and he described this team as resilient. They're able to come back in difficult situations and not give up. And this season, it showed. They were 1-2 to begin the season, won 3 in a row, took a loss, and then won 2 in a row, and were able to clinch for a bowl game this year. So a lot of football left to be played. That's why it is a 60-minute game. Let's see if they kick it deep to Dylan Edwards here.
This will be a short kick as it gets bobbled around. It looks like
Onside kick recovered by the Tigers.
Tigers got the onside kick.
First down, Toho.
They squib kicked it. Wow.
Wow, yeah, the onside kick is able to convert. Don't see that too often.
Indeed you don't, and typically it doesn't really work in high school football, but a smart decision from the Tigers. They know how dangerous Dylan Edwards can be. I mean, come on, he is one of the most electrifying players on the field any given Friday night game. And right there, the Tigers caught the special team sleeping on Lake Howell.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the Tigers able to get the ball back, as there will be a pass right there to Nasco, who pushes forward, gets about 2.
Pass to number 5 is stopped for a short gain by number 21, Vincent Demaro.
So there's a snap. He's able to find him. This time it is in the middle. Nasco able to get a little bit of extra yardage off of that one.
And if I'm right now, Lake Howell, I'll call a timeout right now. Your defense was just on there on a long play drive, giving up a touchdown, another right back on the field. I would call a timeout if I'm Coach Lorenzano.
He's looking deep. Out of bounds, too long for number 3, Trey Punter.
Second down.
As here's the Silverhawks defense. Again, they need to stop right here because they're approaching field goal range, and trust me, you don't like being down 10 scores in a playoff game, but 2 possessions in a playoff game. So here's the snap. Duval will get it. Duval just goes right through that defensive line, and he's able to get a second down. Second and short.
Run up the middle.
And this is going to be something interesting to see, too. Tigers are a very physical team, especially in the offensive line department.
Duval, once again,
Quick snap
able to get a few extra yards right there.
And get a look at these numbers. Every single offensive lineman almost near 250 pounds. That is 1,000 pounds of muscle at the offensive line spot.
So there will be another touchdown.
Touchdown Tigers.
Charandi Duval once again hitting pay dirt. 12 points on the day, second touchdown. As here will be this Silverhawk special teams unit able to go out here. They've gotten a few blocked PATs and kicks this year. And to be honest, I think they need something to go their way. Now down by 2 scores.
No doubt about that. And even though they allowed a touchdown here, they got to make sure it's all about fundamentals, Matt. You saw it right there. The drop passes were hurting the Tigers for a little bit. And right there, the failed recovery on the onside kick just killed Lake Howell.
Yeah, it did. Got to make sure the Silverhawks special teams unit, once again, need to make sure that they do not let that onside kick happen again. I can guarantee you they're going to be a little bit more prepared for any situation. Right here we see cheerleaders cheering us on, making sure that Lake Howell stays spirited despite the low fan attendance today by students.
Yeah, very surprised they scheduled this game for a Wednesday night. Thought it would be more on a Friday night, maybe Saturday night. Not a lot of fans here that we're used to seeing here for Lake Howell.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the kick. It is up and away.
No!
Once again, bobbled around, and what is the call?
I can't tell if that went out of bounds or if that was recovered inbounds.
You could tell, you could see there was a tiger on top of it, but they just ruled Silverhawks football. It's going to take over at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused. The official ruled it Tiger football, and the PA announcer said it was Lake Howell football, but yep, it is Lake Howell football. Almost another bad mishap for the special teams.
Yeah, it almost has been. But keyword almost. This team needs to get some points on the board. This is a big offensive drive. Only 7 minutes left in this first half.
And no doubt about that. You want to right here kill clock, get it down to 1 minute, get a touchdown, because remember, Lake Howell will receive the second half kickoff.
Wilkerson will get the carry, and will be taken down after a gain of 2. Flag on the play. Looks like this will be, possible. Not so sure.
Maybe on the tackle. He was.
Yeah.
Number 30.
He was like a horse collar.
Carry. Personal foul.
Face mask.
On the defense.
Yeah, he came down hard. Wilkerson going down to the turf really, really hard on that play.
Now we'll make it an automatic first down on the face mask.
First down, Silverhawks.
And yeah, Wilkerson, he's really been that second back, the 1-2 punch combo Lake Howell likes to use. This season for Wilkerson, 4 touchdowns on the ground and 235 rushing yards.
Addison Wallace. Sophia Edel.
Here we have the Silverhawks.
Laura Farrington.
Offense. Right here we have Morris in motion. He will get the jet sweep. Morris able to get some good yards out of it.
Toss to number 4, Shamar Morris.
Oh, he's down.
Oh, yeah. Morris
good for about
is
3
down.
yards.
I could hear that from here. That was a hard collision from Morris, and he's still on the ground.
Back to your cheerleaders, Megan Kelly.
Just not a good outcome the Hawks were expecting. First losing Eddie Almonte, and now they may have lost Shamar Morris now on the field. He's still on the ground, Matt.
Michaela Prebo.
Yeah, not a good sign. Morris, a
Caden
crucial
Sansbury.
part of this offense. As Wilkerson will take the carry for
Carry
a
by
couple
number
yards.
33,
That will be
Malik
a
Wilkerson.
3rd down.
That's good for another couple yards. That'll bring up 3rd down. Back to your cheerleaders, Janie Rains.
Let's also meet this Tohopekaliga Tiger defense. They got some guys who's had a lot of good stats this year. Brad Burra, 7 sacks on the season for him. Anthony Paradiso, 12 sacks on the year for him. And number 9, Andrew Hines, a beast, brings down players hard, and he has 11 sacks on the season for the Tigers.
Absolutely, as Barhorse dropping back, stepping up in that pocket, trying to get something out of it, and he's going to be stopped short.
By number 15.
This will be a 4th down.
Luke Barhorst.
Looks like this offense is being told that they're going to stay out there on the field.
Back to your cheerleaders, Taya Mazgalov.
An interesting call here from Lorenzano. He's being aggressive. He's done it all season long.
Reddick.
Don't know if you want to do that here at the magnitude of this game. It's a bowl game here.
Barhorst gets it out. No good. Intended for number 8 to Corey Johnson as this Tigers offense takes back over.
And for your senior cheerleaders who aren't cheering tonight, but are still an important part of the squad.
And right now looking at the field, Salvatore Scaglione, number 1. Look at him just holding his hands above his head. I believe it was open on that 3rd down that resulted in a 4th down where Barhorst got brought down. A lot of frustrations on the field so far on the Lake Howell sideline.
Gabby Spooner. Shayla Goodwin.
And there you see the coaches having a moment
Natalie
here
Galitis.
with their players. A big stop is
Lucia
needed, Matt,
Cordero.
from this Lake Howell defense.
Valentina Awad.
It really is. I mean, this Silverhawks
Let's give it
team
up for
needs to
your
have something go
Silverhawk
their way
cheerleaders.
after getting 3 early on and leading this ball game. It's been 6 points, and turnover on downs as Duval will push his way forward for the Tiger
up the middle is
first
good
down.
for
Just a
another
really
Tiger
powerful
first down.
runner. Once again, just wreaking havoc. What a day he's having. Once again, trying to push his way forward. This carry not as effective as his other ones as he's stopped short.
And here we go again, seeing the Tiger offense go hurry up. Haven't had a time to go over the starting defense for Lake Howell. They're just going play after 10 seconds.
Yeah, they are. It's a drop back, and he's able to get it to Nasco.
Pass complete for another Tiger first down.
Yeah, Nasco has been involved early on.
A lot of catches for him so far. I believe that's his 8th catch already in the first half.
There's a screen pass, and that is just throw it at the ground. That was number 6,
Bring up second
Daniel
down.
Burson right there, getting in on the pressure.
While we have the moment, let's go over the starting defense for Lake Howell. Defensive backs, Austin Acker, number 2, Eddie Almonte, number 10. Linebackers, number 6, Daniel Burson, Sean Kelly. Defensive backs, Demarius Williams and Chandler Wardock. Linebacker, Eddie Jelly. Defensive end, Anthony Mahabir. Linebacker, Jack Foss. And defensive ends, Chase Redmond and Matthew Fritz.
Here we have a short one taken in by Duval. That will be a third. About a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. As there's the snap, and Nasco trying to get the touchdown, and he gets it. Number 5, Julian Nasco, able to get the touchdown, as now that is a 20-3 ball game, as the Silverhawks are now trailing by 17, possibly about to be 18, awaiting this extra kick.
And that may have possibly been the dagger on this Lake Howell team, just not able to turn the momentum since the beginning of the game. Another touchdown here for the Tigers, and Nasco running free up the middle of the field, and Masick showing why he is one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Florida, able to read the middle of the field and find a wide open wide receiver. And you can just feel it, Matt. The atmosphere, the air here for the Lake Howell sideline is just not there.
Yeah, you could tell it's just not what they were hoping for, being down
Flag on the
17
play. Unsportsmanlike
points.
conduct on the Tigers.
You have a penalty on the
The
Tigers.
penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
One thing, too, I've noticed as well, Matt, is before the game, our sideline reporter V stated that Coach Lowe told her that they want to keep Messick in the pocket and really just keep him in there and make plays. And so far, they've done that, and he still diced him up across the field. He's been having his way so far. As there we see an extra point made from the Tigers, and just this Tiger offense showing us why they're one of the best in Florida.
3, Tigers 21.
Yeah, it really is. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in for our Silverhawks halftime show, as me and Josh will discuss what's been going on in this game, and V will have a special report for you.
With a break in the action, let's introduce you to your seniors playing in their final home game as a Silverhawk. Please stand and cheer for number 2, Austin Acker. Number 6, Daniel Burson.
We'd like to give a shout
Number
out to our
12,
crew
John
here,
Schwimmen.
making this way possible. Producer Keenan Prather, director Dylan Frew,
Number 13,
Matt Clark here
Anthony
along
Rodriguez.
with Joshua again, V. Castillo Vega, Denise Roundtree, Lorena, Jose Delgado,
Number
Alan
35,
Perez, Thomas
Anthony
Bryant, Jacob
Mahavir.
Cribb, and Mr. Joyner for making this happen for us. Shout out to all the crew making this happen
Number
here at Lake Howell High
42,
School.
Matthew Fritz.
Absolutely. Great crew.
Number 72, J-Ram Marquez.
There we go. It is kicked off. We got some whistles, though, as Wilkerson is lined up to return along with Edwards.
Number 77, Anthony Hargrove.
And this has been a sloppy game, has it?
I don't think it's been I don't think it's been the most
And
sloppy
number
game that I've ever
99,
seen from this team.
Chase
There has
Rodman.
been some positives here for the Silverhawks. The run game has been
give it
effective.
one
They've
more
been
time
able
for
to
your
get some yards out of it.
Silverhawks
They're able to move
seniors.
the ball. It's just the fourth downs that's killing them. When they're forced to pass, it's just they don't look coordinated out there, and that's what's been killing them, the turnover on downs. It's not even that the fact that they didn't get that the onside kick. It's the fact that they're just not able to convert on fourth. As this is another onside kick, as this one will be recovered by the Silverhawks, number 32, Ethan Agelli.
With this little break, let's introduce you to the rest of your Silverhawks. Number 1, Salvatore Scaglione. Number 3, Dylan Edwards.
Let's see what Coach Lorenzana can
Number
draw up
4,
right there on the
Shamar
playbook.
Morris.
Down by 18 points. They will
Number
receive
8,
the ball after the half.
Dakari Johnson.
So it'd be nice for them to go into the half with some momentum. A
Number
touchdown
10,
to end it
Eddie
will be a
Almonte.
good way to go into the locker room.
Here is Johnson in motion going out to the left side of that line, as there will be Edwards with the handoff. Edwards has some room to run. Flag on the play. By the way, number 12, John Schwieman, has come in at quarterback,
Big block by number 8,
replacing
Dakari Johnson,
number
to spring
15,
number
Luke
3, Dylan
Barhorst.
Edwards.
As the flag.
Flag on the play.
They may call that block in the back. That was a big block right there in the middle of the field, Matt. That was Johnson laying the block.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Edwards just all of a sudden got this giant lane to burst through, that explosiveness and athleticism.
Fans not happy. They're calling for a replay.
As officials right here taking a little bit longer to discuss this penalty. As it will look like it will remain.
All right, now the main official talking to the sideline judge, trying to determine where the spot of the football will be, whether it's a flag or not. But this is arguably a big spot in the game. I mean, Lake Howell needs to score a touchdown here. This is a bowl game here, a chance for the Hawks to add a bowl game to a finished season of 6-4, maybe 7-4 if they can come back in this game. But right now, for the Hawks, you want to get a touchdown here, and when you get the ball in the second half, score another one to make it around 21-17, 21-18.
Yeah, this is a very big game. Also, very big drive right here. Silverhawks will be set back after the penalty. But yes, this is a very big drive for the Silverhawks, as they received the ball in the second half. And if you get a score here and then receive, then you have a very good chance to make this game quite even. Here is Schwieman once again
First
under
down,
center
Silverhawks.
for Barhorst. Scaglione in motion. Schwieman able, and that is too high. Intercepted for number 4, Naeem Woolard, who has some space to run with. Woolard still on his feet, gets forced out of bounds or at around the
Pass
15.
intercepted by the Tigers defense. That'll be first down.
So
Tigers.
Barhorst goes out, Schwieman goes in, throws an interception.
Back to your Silverhawks, number 11, Ethan Joseph.
And there's a bad pass by John Schliemann. He had a guy wide open at the left side of the field. He had two guys wide open at the left side, man. He just overthrew
15,
him.
Luke
A bad
Barhorst.
pass and just a bad breaker for the Hawks.
Number 16, Peyton
It looks like this
Jeffries.
could be a rout here for the Tigers, Matt. Just
Number
bad play
17,
after bad
Owen
play
Steiner.
after bad play for the Silverhawks.
Number 18, Deshaun Febris.
Here's a run, handoff right here to Pryor. This will go out of bounds.
Number 19, Mason
Noah.
Glenn.
Still inbounds, clock keeps running.
Number 20, Sean Kelly.
Here,
Number 21, Vincent DeMauro.
once again, Duval with the carry, just powering his way forward.
Number
It looks like he's
23,
just too
Demarius
fast and
Williams.
strong for the Silverhawks front seven.
It looks like this whole entire Tigers team is just having their way with the
Number
Hawk team. I
24,
mean,
Dylan
they're just
Batista.
running the ball, passing the ball, and it's working on all cylinders.
And there is another touchdown.
Touchdown Tigers.
Third of the half, third of the day for Duval.
Number 25, Jack Faust.
And at
Number
this point, it's looking like a
26, Derek
stat-padding game
Howey.
for the Tigers. They are just running and passing all over this Hawk
Number
defense.
27, Emil Rios.
But hey, have some optimism. With this extra point, it'll be 28-3, and well, we've
Number
seen
28,
28-3
Nicholas
comebacks in the
Roddick.
past, Matt.
Yes, we have. Now, when your team is going into halftime down 28-3, you're never happy.
No
But
doubt.
there was one time that I was watching the game, and I was very happy at the end result. Kick is up and good, so this will be a 28-3 ball
Point
game.
after is good.
Pretty sure
Your
all of America
score.
felt what you were feeling back
Tigers 28,
when the Patriots were down
Silverhawks
28-3. It looked like the game was over. There was no sliver of hope, but the Patriots came back and
Back
scored
to the Silverhawks,
31
number
unanswered
30,
points to win
Logan
that game.
Calder.
It's a bowl game. It's the last game of the season. Anything can
Number
happen
31,
here
Carson
in football.
Wright.
Yeah, we will just see
Number 32, Ethan
what the
Edry.
Silverhawks team can pull out of the magic hat.
Number 33, Malik Wilkerson.
But nevertheless, though, regardless of what happens tonight,
Number
how about the
34,
season for both teams?
Chandler Murdoch.
And for Lake Howell, 6-4. If they lose tonight, it'll be 6-5. But another winning season for the Hawks.
Number 36,
And hey, that's something you can
Isaiah
always take
Gonzalez.
home at the end of the year.
Number
Absolutely.
38, Isaiah Spencer.
And one more last note on that. I mean, look at Mike Tomlin. Winning season after
Number
winning
44,
season and
Diego
stuff like that has been able to
Bonavadia.
keep him in that job for the long time with the Steelers. If Coach Lorenzana can do that
Number
with the
46,
Hawks, he could
Jackson
potentially have a home here for a
Romagosa.
long time.
Another
And
onside kick. This one is quickly recovered. As looks like officials have something to discuss here. Not so sure what there is to discuss.
Number 49, Caleb Kainshigi.
maybe a flag on the sideline. Right now, the official's talking to the opposing head
Number
coach
50,
on the
Ash
Tohopekaliga
Moore.
Tigers. That's head coach Anthony Paradiso.
Number 54, Kevin Ruck.
Doesn't look like he's happy right now. He's talking
Number
to the
55,
officials back there.
Dylan Rex.
I think they may redo this play.
Number 56,
Special
Matthew
team is out there in the
Mateo.
same position they were for Lake Howell.
Number 57, Zachary Hovey.
There's a lot of confusion tonight here from these officials.
Yeah, it
Number
doesn't seem like
58,
they've been
Sean
able to make up
Bosco.
their mind.
Number 65, Isaac Jefferson. Number 67, Isaiah Jacobs. Number 70, Aiden Schwertner. Number 75,
Now.
William Stanton. Number 80, Nolan Hall. Number 85,
Watch
Nathan
right here for the
Anderson.
onside kick. They've been doing those a lot.
And it's almost worked
Number
on every
89,
play. It's worked
Stanley
one
Green
time,
Jr.
1 out of 3. Let's see what happens here.
Number 50,
As-
Joey Magaro.
This will be an onside kick indeed, and this will
All the
be-
balls out.
It looks like it will be recovered by the Tigers. It's a orange jersey at the bottom of the pile as they will take
Onside kick
over
recovered by the Tigers.
with at about the 55.
This has got to be frustrating.
And
I mean,
number
I remember
42,
going over
Ray
drills in my
Rodriguez.
freshman year trying to recover onside kicks
Let's
for
put our
the
hands
freshman
together for
coach
the
at the time.
Silverhawks.
And it's pretty hard, but once you get your feet into it and the more practice you do, it's really simple. But so far for the Hawks, again, unable to get their hands on the football. And the Tigers just stealing possessions here from the Hawks.
This here will be a pass out to number 1, Delvin Pryor. Clock keeps running.
And a flag on the play as well. Austin Acker making that tackle there you see on your screen. Maybe it may have been a targeting block from Nasco. As soon as he laid a guy out, and there you see, yep, the ref's pointing towards the Tigers' side. I think this play is going to be coming back.
Clock stops. Play goes backwards.
First and 20 for the Tigers.
And if you're a Lake Howell fan, it's just a hard night watching your team.
Yeah, it is.
It's a bowl game, biggest game of the year. You're getting matched up against a quarterback who's got a couple offers from college universities, and so far he has had their way. Sabi Masik doing good so far today.
Here's the drop back, deep pass
Wide
right
open.
there. Oh man, big play by Nasco, who's able to take the top off of him. He gets it all the way down to the 15. Good throw right there by Miasek.
That was a beautiful throw. That is plays. That is throws.
Parker.
What gets you noticed by colleges? Man, how about that throw from Sabi Masik?
Timeout Tigers, 56
I mean,
seconds
how about
left
that ball?
in the
He
half.
put it right in
56
the
seconds.
seams, Matt, right to Nasco. He was burning, and that is something I've seen a lot on the tape. That's what makes Sabi Messick able to take deep shots, and not only that, this whole first half, take care of the football and make right decisions. Because remember, he should have a lot more completions if his wide receivers didn't drop the ball too much.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been accurate today, and with on that deep pass, showing that he's no Jared Goff. He's got a little bit of Josh Allen in him.
He's got a lot of Josh Allen strength. Hopefully not a lot of Josh Allen discipline as he turns the ball over. But that's the thing, though, that makes quarterbacks great to me. And what makes players great, fundamental football. Tom Brady's made a living in the pocket, and he's been able to always, control the pocket and buy time and make throws. Same with Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not saying Sabi Messick's going to be the next great Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. But what I'm saying is he's doing the things that the greats like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady do. Fundamental football, and it's working.
Here he is, deep pass right there, batted away. Good job batting it down right there by number 4, Shamar Morris. Lining up at DB.
Kind of almost ate my words right there. It was almost picked off.
Yeah, it was almost picked off. Just needed a little bit more
That'll bring up
footwork right
second
there
down.
for that to be picked off. Nonetheless, a great defensive play. Something that we haven't seen much of from this Silverhawks defense.
We haven't, but hey, remember, this is a young team. A lot of these players will come back next year if they decide to. And hey, who knows? Next year, this Lake Howell team could be competing for state playoffs.
Hope so. As there will be a screen pass right there once again. Don't know if he was able to get the first down. Looks
Pass
like
complete for
he
the
was
Tigers.
short. As he was.
Good
This
for about
is
9
a
yards. That'll bring
third
up
down.
third down.
And hurry up offense once again. Duval. Powerful running.
Handoff isn't going anywhere. Stopped by a gang of Silverhawks.
I think the Tigers took a timeout here. Can't tell if they're going to move the
Timeout,
chains for a
Tigers.
first down. They will. It will be a first down. Timeout taken from the Tigers.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune into our Silverhawk halftime show where me and Josh will be giving you our breakdown of the game. And then our sideline reporter V will be giving you a special report. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Here we have this Silverhawks defense seeing if they can make a goal line stand, staying strong.
I mean, this could be a big stop here. I mean, you stop him here, you can carry that into the halftime with some momentum, but it's going to take 4 tries here for the Hawks to get a stop. 27 seconds, a lot of time here for the Tigers. Keep an eye out for Nasco. He's in the slot again on the right side of the field.
As here, the snap, high pass, just a little bit too high right there for Delvin Pryor.
That'll bring up second down.
Second down, and they still got downs to work with here. So more than likely, barring any Pete Carroll calls, are gonna come out with at least 3 before halftime.
No, you want to always play to your strengths here. I mean, with Seattle, they could have ran the ball with Marchand, but they didn't. But I trust here the Tigers to not make that same mistake and just rely on your best weapon. I mean, tonight so far, it's always going to be Sabby Messick at that spot with the team. But tonight, Duval, 3 touchdowns. Why not give it to him for the 4th one? He's been pounding the rock on this Lake Howell defense.
Yeah, Duval has been terrific so far. What a day he's been having. Miasic has also looked very good. Miasic dropping back. He misfires, as that will bring up a 3rd down with 17 seconds left.
Looks like a Hawks player is down again, Matt. That's not good.
Can't tell who that exactly is from here. That is number 6, the senior Daniel Burson.
Oh, man, the injuries have been piling up for the Silverhawks. Eddie Almonte is back on the field, which is good to see after hitting his head on the ground. Then Shamar Morris taking a bad collision on offense, and now not a good look as Daniel Burson's on the ground, and Coach Lorenzano is going to go check out on this player.
Yeah, Burson really been a big contributor for the Silverhawks team, playing his last home game here at Richard L. Evans Field. Burson has been a terrific Silverhawk for his time here.
Indeed, it has 4 sacks this year, 4 tackles for a loss. The senior 5'10", 180 on the ground as he is hobbling, Matt, off the field. Not a good thing to see. But we hope Daniel Burson will be all right and can return to the second half as this Hawks defense tries to get a stop before the half ends.
There is this Tigers offense getting back out there, seeing if they could get a few extra points on this scoreboard before this first half ends.
They got time, just can't get tackled on the ground. I think they have no more timeouts on their sideline for the Tigers.
Miasic gets the snap, and that is a high pass right there to number 1, Delvin Pryor, who gets in for 6. They will get a touchdown before this first half ends, making this a 34-3 ball game, awaiting this extra point to maybe make it 35-3.
And again, it's really the same thing that the Tigers are running. It's the screen pass where they have 4 offensive linemen go up the middle of the field. The wide receiver from the outside runs a screen route inside, and they've done that already 5 times, and it's worked every time. And really, you know, the Tigers run those screens, 5 to 10-yard curl routes, comeback routes, and occasionally running the deep route that NASCO has already did.
Yeah, they have. It's been a successful offense so far.
Point after is good. The score, Tigers 35.
We're more than likely to
Silverhawks
enter
30.
halftime with a lopsided game. I mean, really, not with the Silverhawks.
Not at
had
all.
in mind coming into this game.
I mean, what can you say? I mean, you're down by 32. I was expecting this to be a high-scoring affair, but at least a shootout from the Hawks. Only 3 points back in the first quarter on the first drive of the game for them. And it has just been all Tigers the entire way. But shout out to the Tigers. They're on a 3-game losing skid. They had a bad loss to Haines City, 35-6. It wasn't working. But tonight so far, they made great adjustments. They're running the football, and they're performing very well.
Yeah, they are. They've been solid so far in this first half. I would say so. scoring 35 points. Here, see if the Silverhawks can maybe get something out of this first half, which has not looked great so far. As this will be out of bounds, not able to return for Wilkerson. That will be a flag. Can't kick out of bounds.
No, you can't. We'll see. Likely, Coach Lorenzano's going to have his guys maybe take a knee, go into the half.
Free kick infraction on the
but
Tigers.
This is going to be interesting to see what Lorenzano says at the halftime. I mean, you're down by 32. It's the last game of the season. I mean, what do you really say to your team when you're down big?
I think you just need to tell them to do what they've been doing all year. And I think they just need to be – they can't look at this like it's a 35-3 game. They need to look at this like it's a 0-0 game where you just need to get the early lead.
No doubt about that. It all takes one play at a time. You know, you want to make sure that, hey, we're not going to score 32 points in one play, but we can get a lot of gains, a lot of good positivity, and slowly but surely, if they can just keep doing that and getting stops, who knows, Matt? This game could go either way.
As there is Scaglione dropping the pass, a little bit low right there.
Pass incomplete, intended for
ball.
number 1, Salvatore Scaglione.
Man, he had that too. That ball hit him right in the hands.
And this is number 17, Owen Steiner, coming in. That's 3 quarterbacks that we've seen so far in this first half. We've seen Barhorst, we've seen Schweeman, and now we're seeing Steiner. 6 seconds left. See what this Silverhawks offense can do if they just take a knee or if they
6 seconds. 6 seconds left.
See if they can get a couple points before halftime starts. This is more than likely going to be the last play of this first half. Steiner gets the snap. He's got guys going downfield. Steiner throws, caught by Edwards, who goes out of bounds. This will be the very last play of the first half. The halftime, as we will now have a halftime show with Matt and Josh giving out their takeaways for the game. So, Matt, take it away. Thank you so much, Matt. I am here. My name is Matt. I'm here with Josh. Now, Josh, what do you think so far of this game for the Silverhawks?
It's been awful. I'm just going to call it how it is. It has been awful. The Hawks have not been able to do anything right. And now, granted, this is the first matchup they've ever seen against the Tigers, but so far against Masik, they have had nothing to answer. On offense, nothing has worked, and really it has been an awful game from the offense and defense.
Now, for the Tigers, on the other hand, what are you saying to your team as you go into the locker room? Are you giving like a conservative approach? Are you telling them, good job, but let's not do anything stupid? What are you saying?
Just go play football. You know, go play football and do what you do. Multiple times this season, the Tigers had a chance to pull out Messick, but they left him in. So just go play football, do what you've been doing, and hey, just keep on scoring points, kid. This is for you. You know, Messick, he's a sophomore. He's already has 2 opportunities to play college ball at Marshall and Florida. So hey, this is for you, and this is for all the other players out there. Keep playing football and keep on scoring.
All right, now we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, V.
Currently, Silverhawks are at 3, while surprisingly, the Tigers are at 35. The Tigers' defense is great as they are intercepting almost all of our passes, but Silverhawks' defense in the end zone was pretty strong until, unfortunately, Tigers ran through it with a beautiful run. Tigers have scored 5 touchdowns, including one starting from the 30-yard line, but they are also receiving as many penalties. These penalties are giving us a break from the Tigers' offense. Hopefully later on in the game it progresses and we get our lead points back.
So it's like if they score, I think I do need to like give off like one last like yeah, no problem.
Cause it's late and your mama don't know. told him chasing the dollar, and in between sips of coffee, he poured this wisdom out. Said if you want my 2 cents on making a dollar count, buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Get a ring that you need hit the ground. Do what you love but call it work. Throw a little money in the plate at church. Send your prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree. And watch their pencil marks in the grass in the yard all grow up. Cause the truth about it is it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt. Before you get caught on that ladder, let me tell you what it's all about. Find you a few things that matter, that you can put a fence around. And then he laid it out.
Testing 1 2, testing. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me welcome Pastor Eddie Rivera from Action Church. Pastor Eddie is a former paratrooper and Army sergeant. He currently serves as a chaplain for the Seminole County Fire Department, Winter Springs Police Department, and your Silverhawk football team. Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Eddie.
Everybody, I want to thank you for making a priority to come out here tonight. Tonight's all about recognizing our veterans, first responders, police, firefighters, also our active duty personnel. And so again, thank you so much. If you are in fact active duty, a veteran, a firefighter, or a police officer, please stand so we can recognize you and honor you here this evening. Thank you so much for your service. If that is you that stood up, we have a beautiful shirt for you at the tent. We also have some cupcakes, cookies. You also have a free hot dog on us at the concession. May God bless you. God bless America. Test, test. Find the one you can't live without. Get a ring that you need to the ground. Do what you love, but call it work. And throw a little money in the plate in church. Send your prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree. And watch their pencil marks in the grass in the yard all grow up. Cause the truth about it is it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt. You can buy dirt. Thank the good Lord for it, cause he ain't making any more of it. So buy dirt. Find the one you can't live without. Get a ring that you need at the ground. Do what you love, but call it work. And throw a little money in the plate at church. And send your prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree. Watch their pencil marks in the grass in the yard all grow up. Cause the truth about it is it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt.
Oh my god, I just hit my freaking Caroline. Caroline, on the guy who thinks she's mighty fine. But 95 only got you somewhere half the time. And the other half either got you custard coming up strong. Yeah, the niggas now even though you need a golden calculator to divide the time it took to look inside and realize that real guys go for real down to Mars, girls. Yeah, I know you like to thank you. Don't stay, but lean a little bit closer. See, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, the roses really smell like boo boo boo. I know you like to thank you. Don't stay, but lean a little bit closer. See, roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo boo boo. mirror and crash into a ditch. Just bad. She needs a golden calculator to divide the time. Look inside and realize that real guys roll real down the ball, girl. Yeah, I know you like to thank you.
Looking like their usual self from this season. We've seen them able to run the ball effectively, but we have also seen them able to pass the ball at least conservatively and effectively. But here we're seeing overthrows. When we're seeing good throws, we're seeing drops. Not the prettiest game. So much so, we haven't even seen a single punt in this game. Only fakes. As this will be another special teams miscommunication, as the Silverhawks will not get the first half ball. They will actually just get their defense out there to play a couple more snaps.
I mean, this is just embarrassing. I mean, come on. Special teams right there. You got to be ready off the get-go. You got to imagine Coach Lowe was saying something to his guys back in the locker room, you know, for halftime. And first play, right off the bat, you couldn't secure the onside kick again. That's the third time the Tigers are going to retain possession due to lackluster performance from the Hawks.
Yeah, I really got to think that at some point you really just got to pick your head up and just say, hey, guys, wake up. Like, who's going to be a leader on this team?
But not only that, remember, we were talking about how 5 out of 6 of the wins for the Hawks came against teams who were combined 8-40 on the season. So we are really seeing what the Hawks are made out here tonight.
As there will be a quick pass out left to Pryor, who goes down. Able to get a couple yards out of it, but we have some holding on the offense.
That'll bring up second down.
That will move the ball back to the
Flag on the play.
Initial line and back there.
Holding on the
So
offense.
now
That'll bring the
be
ball back.
a 1st and 20, 1st and long.
1st down and 20.
So Josh, 35-3 ball game right now. We were thought that the Silverhawks were going to get the ball entering the second half. How did we get here?
Well, we got here due to just bad fundamentals, as we see right there on the play. Max is going deep, wide open, and it's caught for a first down, and that is exactly how we got here. Just a bad fundamentals committed from Lake Howell. They're not able to play defense, not able to play offense. They had a good start to the game, taking an early lead 3-0, and then plays like that has just killed them on defense. Sabby Messick, one of the best quarterbacks in Florida, has been dicing them up down the field, hitting Julian Nesco, you just saw right there on that play. And it has just been Tigers football the entire game, Matt. Every possession, the Tigers just seem like they're getting the upper hand here.
Yeah, Messiah, he is 14th in the United States of America in passing yards. So we know that he could throw that thing. He's been showing that.
And no surprise here, the Tigers have kept Messick this season in the game the entire way. He's had performances of 6 touchdown passes a game and even 7.
As that will be the 4th touchdown of the day for Duval.
Run up the middle by the Tigers is good for a touchdown.
Yeah, they got the penalty and go back, and it's 1st and 20, and they say, no problem, we'll just throw it down deep to Nasco, and then we're just going to punch it in with Duval.
At this rate, you got to consider maybe a forfeit rule in place. Right now, another touchdown, the 4th, like you said, for Duval. It is 41-3 Tigers, and another 41 straight points here for the Tiger offense. Just an embarrassing performance, like I've said, for Lake Howell. But how about the performance, though, from the Tigers? From the get-go, just owning every aspect of the field, offense, defense, and special teams.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to put your hands down for the Tigers. Like, hey, you came into enemy territory, and you did your thing.
Silverhawks 3.
And with the mercy rule set place, the clock keeps running in between every single play. The only time that we will see the clock stop is if a coach calls a timeout or if a player is injured on the field, which basically means that this game has been deemed as a lost cause for the Silverhawks. We'll see, though, if they're able to stop that clock, if they can maybe get some time back. Get some points, make this game a little bit closer. As right there, you can see Coach Lorenzano.
And I'll say this, too. I mean, this is a loss on everybody, not only the players but the coaches. There were some calls I did not agree from Coach Lowe, going for it on 4th down when he could have took it a field goal or he could have punted, and just too many conservative calls I'm seeing from the offense. And I understand this is a run-heavy team. Lake Howell has been running the ball 60% of the year compared to their passing plays, which has been 40%, but just not have been liking the execution nor the play designs.
This will be Acker looking to return. Acker, big guy out there to be returning kicks.
Yeah, 6'3", 185.
This looks like he got a little bit of shoving there with Wilkerson.
I mean, at this point, you want to just let it loose out here, right? I mean, look, the clock is going. 8:17 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The clock will continue to go so this game can end quickly. But if you're Coach Lorenzano, why not let your boys say, hey, go out there, rip the field, go play some football, call whatever plays you may be feeling comfortable to run, because at this point, this game may as well be said and done. As we see Owen Steiner now at quarterback.
Yeah, we saw him a little bit there at the end of the 1st half. Now here he is at the end of the 2nd half. Sees nothing, throws it out of bounds.
Pass by number 17.
Good job right there by Steiner, not being trigger happy.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Silverhawks here on offense, 2nd down. See if they can make something happen. So far, nothing since the first drive of this game. It's been interceptions, turnovers on downs. Hasn't looked pretty. As here we have another pass. Steiner overthrows it.
Pass by number 17, Owen Steiner, incomplete.
Might as well just throw the towel, man, at this point. Just not looking pretty at all. I mean, yes, we saw 2 passing plays here from the Hawks, but just nothing's going their way. I mean, what can you say? We're just seeing from what we're seeing on the field, and the Hawks are just completely mismatched. Tigers have a lot of talent on the field. I like what they're building up with their future. They have a chance to really, take this level of football they're playing into possibly state playoffs. And with Savvy Messick continuing to grow as a quarterback, he's going to get more media attention, and he's going to get more weapons possibly to use next year. He's going to enter his junior year to his senior year, and we're going to start seeing him on highlight tapes, like on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, that this kid is balling.
Steiner looked to step up in the pocket, but he runs into his own guy, and he gets taken down for a sack. That will be number 11, Anthony Paradiso, the senior, 6 foot, 205 pounds. Big-time sack right there by Paradiso. Been having a terrific year so far.
Logan Calder in the backfield.
And another thing, too, like we said before, 9 seniors on the team. This is a young team. They're going to come back next year if players don't leave like Mikhail Bryan did to Lyman. But just at this point, man, I mean, what can you do? And we should have saw this coming. I mean, all losses this year from the Silverhawks have came against teams 500 or above. So teams that are like 5-5 or 6-4, 7-3 or 8-2. And right now, like we were saying earlier, the Tigers team does not look like a 5-5 team. They look like they're an undefeated team from tonight's performance.
Yeah, playing much better than the record shows. First punt of the day for either of these teams.
It's a good ball.
Calder gets a Lake Howell Bounce. That's been the best play of the game so far. The punt right there by Calder.
I mean, arguably you can say he's been their best player. I mean, he got the field goal, he got 3 points on the board, and it was not bad of a punt right there to flip the field here for the Hawks. But, I mean, that's all you can really say, folks, if you're a Silverhawks fan. Logan Calder, your best player so far tonight. 3 points, good punt. But from the rest of the team, it has been just not good.
Yeah, it really hasn't.
But if we had to really name an MVP on the team, it's definitely going to go to the Tigers. And I'll ask you, Matt, who is your MVP so far of the game from the Tigers?
I think you need to give it to the entire offense. I don't think they've really had any yes, they've had guys that have stood out, such as, of course, you have Messiah, of course, running quarterback. He's been terrific. Nasco has been great. Pryor has looked good. Punter did have that early drop, but he was able to redeem himself back. And, of course, you have Duval there with 4 rushing touchdowns. I would need to say that you need to give it to this entire offense.
Yeah, no doubt about that as well, too, because, like, this whole team as well, for me, deserves the MVP. Offense playing great, like you were saying. Defense playing great as well. Stopping Dylan Edwards as well. We haven't really called his name at all since the first quarter, Matt.
Stopped by number 35.
Yeah, we haven't. They've done a good job just making sure to not make sure that he doesn't get any kick returns. He's the best returner in the district. As this will be stopped, 3rd and short. 3rd and very manageable here.
You think Dylan Edwards may stay here or may decide to go to a different program? I mean, he's got a lot of talent. He has a lot of talent on this team, and this team has a lot of talent as well. But Dylan Edwards, like we've been saying all season long, best player on the team, and really, if he took his talents to maybe a better team like Orange Christian Prep, he can make that team undefeated and go to a state championship with them. Like, as a player, you have to think about yourself and think about, okay, where can I succeed in the long run? Because remember, a lot of these high school players may be playing this game for fun, but they could be playing this game for their careers to make it to the college level and hope to go to the pros.
Yeah, they are. It's ultimately his decision. So I think I would just leave that alone. For all of these seniors, though, this will be their last game, barring any super seniors possibly being on the field. I do not believe we will be seeing any of these seniors back. And here we have a big-time run. This time it is not Duval. This time it's Hardnett.
Run up the middle is good for another Tigers first down.
And at this point, they're bringing in their backups to play. The Tigers offense still leaving the star quarterback, Sabby Messick, in there.
Still a hurry-up offense right here. And there you have first catch of the game right there for Thagnin, who's able to move the chains.
Pass complete, good for about good for about 8 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Run up the middle by the Tigers, good for another Tiger first down.
Well, let's switch it up and talk about the Tigers a bit more. I mean, this is a great win for them. Not only their first bowl victory, this will be their first bowl victory in their franchise, but the last 3 games have been hard. 3 straight losses. They only put up 20 points in those 3 games when they lost, as we see a great play from the Tigers offense. And they allowed 96 points, Matt, in those 3 games. But tonight, only allowing 3, the field goal, and they put up 42 already here, 3 quarters of the way in.
Yeah, they have. This Silverhawks offense has had some very high-scoring games this year. Have some games where they've nearly shut out teams in 50-point victories. But tonight, this defense standing up strong as there we have an overthrown
Pass incomplete.
pass.
Well, looks like we got a player down on the field in the end zone. I think he took a hard hit to the head. Eddie Almonte with the hit.
Yeah, that's Woolard, who has an interception in this game, actually, playing both sides of the ball. Looks like he's okay, though. Standing up.
Looks like he's okay as the Tigers offense will remain on the field. Already 1:22 left to go in the third quarter, Matt. This game has gone by really quick. And why not? I mean, it has been an all-route performance from the Tigers as the ball is out.
We finally have a positive going on here for the Silverhawks as it looks like they forced the fumble and
it's going to stay Tiger football.
Yep, stays Tiger football.
Fumble on the play recovered by the Tigers.
I mean, sometimes, Matt, it's just one of those nights, you know what I mean? It just happens in sports, you know. One night you're balling out, throwing 5 touchdown passes, everything's going good, and the next minute you're down by 35 and just things not going your way.
Messiah passes out to number 15, Jaden Oliver.
First and goal.
And I got to say, if I was a player on the sideline, I would hope I'm getting some playing time, especially if I'm a senior. It's the last game of the season. As the clock goes down, the clock's going to continue to go down, especially in the fourth quarter, so everybody can get home a little quicker than usual due to the score. But hopefully some seniors on the sideline can get some playing time for both sides.
Here we have another touchdown. This time this will be number 22, Jackson Hardenet, getting in there as we have flags out on after the touchdown. Looks like it's going to be offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
And how about that? The Tigers just 2 points away, man, from putting a 50-burger on the Silverhawk team.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as you take a look at the Hawks sideline and really around Lake Howell, you can just feel the air not at all in the bleacher sides here for Lake Howell. I mean, the fans look degenerate. Players on the sideline just confused about what happened tonight as we have some technical difficulties here tonight. But that has just been the night here for Lake Howell. It hasn't been working good offense, defense, or special teams as, unfortunately for the Hawks, they will go down to 6-5. But a winning season for Coach Lorenzano nonetheless. But interesting enough to see, Matt, do you think the Hawks may decide to go to a new head coach? Kawika Mitchell, defensive coordinator, former Super Bowl champion. He has a lot of experience.
He does. I think I don't think you could I don't think you could get rid of a coach who's kind of changed the culture here at Lake Howell.
But why not? I say that because, listen, the last 2 seasons, Lake Howell has beaten up on bad opponents. They've been up against bad teams. They haven't shown that they can hang with the big boys like Oviedo. Because let's be honest, Oviedo has not been able to beat Lake Howell for the last, Oviedo has beaten Lake Howell for what, the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years? They have not been able to get them out. And with that, you need to change the culture, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's send it down to our sideline reporter, V. V, tell us what you got.
At the moment, the Tigers are holding the upper hand with a 49, and we are at 3. Their quarterback is intercepting almost all of our passes. We are being tackled left and right. Even though it is the end of the season, it doesn't look like we're going with high points. Doesn't look like we're going with a W. Okay, back to you, Matt.
Thank you, V. Now here we will see the Tigers offense, or excuse me, special teams, maybe about to be offense if they recover another onside kick.
And you know what? I got to give, if I had to give at least one MVP, at least 2 MVPs to the Lake Howell side. Look, Logan Calder, he's done his job. How about the fans, the cheerleaders? They're doing their best to bring in a lot of support on what they can. And I mean, hey, that's what you got to do. You know, when games like this, it's a lot of boring time and just, you know, not much to cheer for. And, you know, for the fans who have paid for their tickets, try to just get much from what they bought. But
you see, I think, like, you know the meme, it's like if nobody's got me, I know blank has got me. If nobody's got me, I know my kickers and punters got me. It seems like that's the given every single week as Edwards will finally get a chance for a return.
About time.
as he's able to get a couple extra yards. Edwards showing that explosive return ability, and there he is cutting back, seeing if he can make something happen for the Silverhawks team, and he is taken down. Dylan Edwards with the first big play of the game for the Silverhawks. Maybe a spark of life in this fourth quarter.
Oh, no doubt about that. And hey, even though the score may reflect one thing, a great return nonetheless. And how about the block from Ethan Joseph? I don't know if you saw that. He laid out a special teamer from the Tohopekaliga Tigers. And how about that? Unfortunately, maybe it's a little too late, but hey, the fans want to see Lake Howell score nonetheless.
Yes, every single fan right here in attendance wants to see something good happen.
But again, plays like that, Dylan Edwards, he's special, man. He can shake tackles. He's got a lot of speed, and he's just a football guy. I like what I see from him, and the potential for Dylan Edwards in his senior year could be the sky's the limit.
Here we got another deep pass, and that will be a little bit overthrown. It looks like it was about to be intercepted, but it was not.
Yeah, almost.
This is first time that we've seen him in a while. Number 19, Mason Glenn, has entered the game, the fourth quarterback that we've seen today. So we saw Barhorst, we saw Schwiemann, we saw
Steiner. And now we see Mason Glenn.
And now we see Glenn.
And why not? You're down by 46 points. Might as well go put your bench warmers in and see what they can do. You know, I wish I got more of a chance back in my freshman year, but hey, these guys living the dream that I wish I could.
Glenn passed a little bit on the outside for Johnson. He had one of the big plays earlier in this game.
He did.
But overall, this passing offense has been pretty quiet.
Well, this whole offense has been quiet for the Silverhawks. And Dylan Edwards able to provide some spark, but like we said, this Tiger defense, they studied the playbook and they knew what they were getting themselves into. And how about the decision-making from Tohopekaliga Tigers? They knew if they kicked to Edwards, stuff like that was going to happen on the last return. They went for the onside kick, and they got it 3 times.
Glenn steps up. Good throw outside of the numbers right there.
He took a shot.
To number 4. That's Morris with the catch. Getting involved. He has had some good plays on both sides of the ball today.
No doubt about that. Less than 10 minutes left to go. Hopefully we can see some more action here. Clock is continuing to roll. This game will be done in 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. No, either way, the clock is continuing to run.
Yes, absolutely. Glenn under center for this Silverhawks team. Maybe he'll get more opportunities next year as we have a stop on.
I think a timeout here from Lake Howell.
Timeout, but yeah, it took
Timeout Silverhawks.
Took the clock a while to stop. 8:56 left in the fourth. You could tell for a lot of these seniors right here, this is not how they wanted to finish off their football career at Lake Howell.
Oh, not at all. And you just hope, you know, depending on what you're able to produce on the field, that, you know, a lot of players had the dream of wanting to play in the NFL. I know I did. When I got to play football here for Lake Howell, it was a great time. First year was amazing, but the first year was the last year for me. But even now, I'm enjoying calling games, but a part of me still wishes, you know, stuck in there and maybe got an offer from a Division III or II school and play community college, play Division II or Division III football. And for these players, hopefully, these seniors, they get a chance to continue on in college.
Glenn right there with a good pass. That is number 4, Shamar Morris with the touchdown. We got a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. The clock will continue running, but we will not leave tonight's game without a Silverhawks touchdown. This time, courtesy of number 4, Shamar Morris.
And how about Mason Glenn getting his first, I believe, career touchdown pass of his career? How about for the kid? The junior, 5'10", 140 pounds, getting his first touchdown at the Bright Lights, last game of the season. How about for Mason Glenn? You got to imagine he will never forget that one, Matt.
Yeah, he's looked good so far, making good throws outside the numbers, as 2-point conversion will not be
good.
Good.
Number 4, Shamar Morris.
That was intended for either Morris or Scaglione. Couldn't really tell. Nonetheless, Morris gets a touchdown.
But again, back to the conversation with Coach Lorenzano. with teams they've beaten a lot of mediocre teams. Remember last year they had an amazing victory against the Lake Buena Vista Vipers, who I believe are now 4-6. So they're a team that's continuing to grow, and they're a new team. With Lake Howell, there's been a sense of mediocrity, at least in football. And in the 5th season for Coach Lorenzano, he's 23-26, but their wins have came against bad football teams. Now, can they do better next year and possibly become 8-2 or 8-3? Yes, they can. But you gotta be able to make adjustments when you have to, and you gotta be able to beat the teams you haven't been able to beat. Like I said before, they haven't been able to beat Oviedo in a long time. Just consecutive losing after losing after losing, and I've seen it all my entire 4 years back here at Lake Howell, and it's upsetting to see them again not be able to beat Lake Howell. Oh, sorry, not be able to beat Oviedo this year.
Logan Calder back to kick.
And this time they will try an onside kick of their own, which I think a Silverhawk was able to get on top of it. Corey Johnson gets on top of it. First one in the pile. And, hey, the Silverhawks are saying, hey, we can do a little bit of this on our own. Now, is it coming a little bit late? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
coming very late. Tigers will say, don't call it a comeback. Up by 46 minutes left to go. But, hey, it's good for these fans to finally see some Lake Howell action they pay to see. And, hey, why not? We get a chance to see Mason Glenn again going out on the field and seeing what he can do. But at the same time, it wouldn't shock me if Lake Howell decided to let go of Coach Lorenzano and promote Kawika Mitchell. Like we said, Super Bowl champion, has a lot of experience in the NFL, and if he takes control of this team and makes it his team, only Lord knows what can happen with Lake Howell next year and the upcoming years.
I just don't think you could let go of a coach that's been changing the culture here. They used to have a losing culture, and Coach Lowe comes in, has a rocky first year. These past 2 years, though, back-to-back, very much improving seasons for the Silverhawks team, who don't really have a reputation of winning. And this year they've beaten teams that they should not have beaten. And I don't think you can move on from a coach like that.
That is true. That is true. I mean, you got to beat the teams that are bad as well to get into where you got to go, as the pass is incomplete. But, yeah, that's true. You got to beat bad teams at times, but you also got to beat the good teams as well, Matt. You got to beat teams like Oviedo. You got to beat teams
15,
that
Powers.
you may play, once every 5 years and beat them as well, like the Tigers. But, yes, that's true. They've been able to beat teams that are bad, and that's been a step in the right direction. They couldn't do that before, but for back-to-back seasons, they have, and hopefully for the organization, they can continue on in the following years.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what next year of Silverhawk football brings. But for now, we will be looking at Mason Glenn running out left side. Throw on the run intended for Edwards. Incomplete.
Pass by number 19, Mason Glenn, falls incomplete.
Not only that, too.
Intended for number 4, Shamar
Third
Morris.
down.
The Silverhawks will also have other sports kicking off as well, right, Matt?
Yeah, yes, we will. We have soccer season just getting started. Baseball season's still a little bit away.
That'll bring
As well
up
as the
third
lacrosse
down.
season.
How about as well basketball? That's coming up, too, as well.
Yes, basketball season coming up soon.
It was a fun time calling games last year. Don't you remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I remember. Is Glenn
Oh, he's taking a shot.
up in the air. Oh, almost a tip drill right there. Catch for Johnson. Just a little bit too far in
Pass by
front of
number 19,
him.
Mason Glenn, intended for number 18, Deshaun Febres.
I think
That pass falls
you
incomplete.
like
That'll
what
bring
you
up
see out of
fourth
Glenn
down.
so far.
Oh, no doubt about that. Yeah, you do. I mean, he's taking more risky shots. And now, granted, the game is farly over,
You got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. And, so far, hey, Mason Glenn, he's being a bit aggressive, and you like that. Take some shots on the field and give your wide receivers a chance, It's all about really, as a quarterback, putting the ball at the right spot. In college, that separation of yards is like 5. In high school, that can be from 5 to 10. But in the NFL, it's 1 to 2. So we're really seeing what Mason Glenn can do.
Yeah,
But not there.
Yeah, Glenn right there sensed the pressure, but he just wasn't able to get away from it, as that will bring up a fourth down. Tried to step up in that pocket, just didn't have the airspace to do so.
And a hard sack as well. These Lake Howell players have been brought down really hard tonight.
Yeah, you would think that he is a little bit like the Onceler out there, when you got all these annoying orange people that are trying to tell you to stop doing what you're doing. You know, the Onceler was very upset that the Lorax didn't want him to tear down trees. So it's like, you're going to have to do it our way. This time the Lorax is able to win.
As here we go, turnover on downs. Not much Mason Glenn can do. Believe Savvy Masick still in the game as they give it off to a pitch.
And that will be a first down as Acker hits him hard.
And he's feeling it too. Look at him. Gingerly waving his finger. No, 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 no. Big hit.
Gives him a little bit of that Dikembe finger
Rumor
wag.
good for
Yep.
another Tiger first down.
Austin Acker playing in his final season as a Silverhawk. How about the young man, 6'3", 185 pounds, has gave his all here to playing football at Lake Howell. The Silverhawks will dearly miss him, and how about his career?
Yeah, one of the better safeties that we've had in recent memory.
No doubt about that.
Run up the middle, stopped by a gang of Silverhawks. No gain on the play.
Well, Matt, as the game continues to run down and the Tigers will secure the victory, let's discuss what are some things that this team can look forward to next year. Who are some pieces that it's a bright spot that the Hawks can build around for next season?
I think next season you look for more out of Barhorst. You look for more out of Andrews, Wilkerson, and guys like Sean Kelly, who have been big parts of this defense. Really, this team's got a bright future, 100%.
No doubt about that, as I'm really excited to see how the linebackers play next year as well. As we know, this team runs a 3-4 defense, Lake Howell, and Kawika Mitchell will have a full season, a full off season to run in the rec plays with this defense to get better for next season. I'm loving the talent they have with the linebacking core. You got Ethan Ejeli, the junior. He'll be back next year if he decides to play. Sean Kelly, one of my favorite guys to watch on the field, had a sack and interception this year. He's a junior. He will likely be coming back as well for the team. Along with Jack Foss, 50 tackles on the year, a junior as well, 6 foot. May likely coming back here for the Hawks next season. So it's a lot of optimism to build, and let's not forget Dylan Edwards, number 3, no doubt the superstar on this team.
There we have another big-time tackle right there by Acker.
Yep.
Been having himself a good
Toss
fourth
a stop
quarter.
in the backfield.
As these seniors are now approaching their last 50 seconds playing football.
Last snap.
And
last snap, man.
And you know what? We've been talking a lot about these seniors last snap. This is our last game.
Last game.
That we're calling this. These are our last 40 seconds too, as just like these seniors on the field, I'm getting old. I'm a senior too. I'm a senior citizen myself. So this will be my very last football game, but stay tuned as I will be calling basketball games later this year, along with some lacrosse, some soccer,
Run of the middle, stop
here and there.
A lot of great sports to call, as it appears I'll be the last play of the game, Matt. Last snap these seniors will ever see on a football field. Know what that was like in my freshman year. The last snap, taking off the helmet and pads as it is over.
And 3, 2, 1. And for some of these players, their football career has just ended in a defeat on their home field by 40 points. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you do stay tuned. We are not done just yet, as we will send it over to Josh and Matt for their post-game report. Thank you so much, Matt. My name is Matt, here with Josh. So, Josh, last game that we're doing, last game for some of these seniors. What are your thoughts?
Well, with the game so far, not the performance any of these fans or players were expecting. But hey, to close it off with some positivity, a great season. 6-5, another winning season for these Hawks, and that's something that's just, truly special to have. My first 3 years at Lake Howell, we had 3 losing seasons, and we only had our first winning season in my senior year. Now it's back-to-back winning seasons, and it's a step in the right direction. You know, having more wins and losses, and you know, to take with that, just looking forward to the next season if you're a player here for Lake Howell.
I don't think it's a mistake that once I moved to Florida, they started having winning seasons. I don't think that was a mistake. I think don't be surprised if they start losing again next year when I've graduated.
Bringing the winning culture, huh, from New England here to
I
Florida.
bring winning culture from New England. Hey, we got 6 Super Bowls, we got NBA championships, but that's besides the point. This Silverhawks team, they've looked good this year. Way better than they were last year, better than the year before. We hope that they could take that next step this next year, and then, you know, maybe win a couple more games this year, winning 6, losing 4 in the regular season, and now they lose the 1 in their bowl game here. First bowl game in 20 years, and can't say that we are very pleased with this result.
But how about the Tigers as well, too? I mean, let's not forget about them.
Yes.
They had a great game. Sabby Messick, remember that name, ladies and gentlemen. Number 8, the sophomore, already 2 offers from college universities, from the University of Florida and Marshall, and many more likely to come. Had a great game tonight, managed to field well, did not turn over the ball, and he's proving why. This kid could be a big name the entire country is going to have to watch out for in 2026.
Yeah, that is very much true. We're now going to send it down to our sideline reporter, V. V, tell us what you got. All right, we're having some technical difficulties. We cannot send it down to V.
It's been that kind of night. I mean, you know, stuff hasn't worked our way tonight so far.
Hasn't even been going our way either. I mean, these Silverhawks right here, last time listening for some of them to our alma mater, really just not the way that you ever want to end off your career. Some of these players, it is their last game, and that is always emotional. Sometimes some of these kids have been playing football since they were in kindergarten, as long as they can remember, you know, doing drills with their dad in the backyard, wherever it may have been. And just like that, they're no longer going to play football at the collegiate level.
It's an emotional moment.
Yeah, no, it really is. But most football careers end in high school.
They do.
That's a fact.
It ended for me back in my freshman year, and, you know, there are a few days, you know, where I think about it sometime, you know, wondering if I stayed in. You
That's
know,
right.
could I have, you know, right now been playing at the University of Alabama or something like that? But, you know, for these players, you know, it's a time of reflection, and it's a time of, you know, just showing gratitude for getting the chance to play this great game.
Said Alabama. Got a load of this guy.
One of the best programs in the country.
LSU was better. And with that being said, we're going to send it down to V. V, tell us what you got.
Hey guys, it's the last game of the season, and sadly we have faced a tremendous loss with 9-49. That's the deal. Coach Lowe's currently giving a lecture to his teammates about currently talking to them about how there's going to be lows and highs. The other team is sounding very proud of their win, and pass it back over to anybody else. Hope you guys have a good night. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. It was a tough loss.
I already did.
I did.
Did you have fun? See how we do?
Yeah, it was alright.
It was aight.
It was alright. I had to run everywhere.
Yeah.